Well, I'm very happy for our guys. You know, the last couple of days have been pretty intense here, and you know, we've really tried to just make sure that, you know, we did our best to be a Richmond basketball team, and the guys responded extremely well in those, you know, just our times together, which were a fair amount. So I'm just very happy for them because they, you know, as I've said, this group works really hard and they're extremely coachable, and that's not those are not issues whatsoever. In fact, that's been a real bright spot. But we need to start translating our practices into games, and some of the hustle plays and gritty plays and defensive plays showed up tonight. That really helped us. So it was a good win against a very good GW team, and Happy New Year. We're looking forward to game UMass Saturday.
Coach Mooney, in your view, what was that comeback based on down 13 with about 9 minutes?
Yeah, honestly, John, just I'm not shooting. Just gritty defense. I felt like, you know, I just felt like there were plays in there. They were late in the shot clock, that we were in what we call the gaps, you know, the next man helping, that we ran down loose balls. I just thought it was that. I think that they played well. They have a good team. They defended us well, and I think it was just some character and toughness on our part. We did make AP and Colin made threes, which were timely, and you know, we've gotten to the line all season, and we got to the line again tonight, and those obviously proved to be big. But I would just say some grit and toughness today was really important, and that's going to have to be there in conference games. Could you
rate the value of Delani's leadership?
Yeah.
Really, he was driving that team.
Yeah, he's just one of one. You know, we've been fortunate. I think we've had the best guys that any program's had, you know, in terms of character and team player and leadership, and he's one of one for us. You know, he's a leader all the time. You know, not just when things are going well, and not just when he's doing well and somebody's not. He's a leader all the time, and it's a incredibly impressive. He's just an incredibly impressive person, and we're lucky to have him. And you know, Jason Roach also has a broken nose, among other ailments, and you know, he's just so tough. And so I think when the guys see that, and we're together the last 2 days, it would be hard for anybody else to back away from the challenges that we're presenting when you have two seniors like that who are attacking it head on.
Could you speak to Drumgool's shooting? You know, second half obviously took over there for a spell.
Yeah, great shooter. You know, you know, one thing we were doing is sometimes putting Mike Walls on Buchanan, which that part was good, but then we have somebody else on the center, and then they're involved in the switches, and probably you're a little bit late. Even though we practice it, we don't practice as much as we do our more standard defense. And so I thought he found himself open a couple of times. You know, he banked one in. That's going to happen when things are going well. But yeah, he's a really impressive shooter. You know, we looked at him last spring, and when he was in the transfer portal, and he looks better. He looks like he's in great shape and is having a really good year.
Could you start by dissecting the comeback down 13 with 9:04 left? Mm-hmm. What allowed Richmond to rally?
To be honest, what we went through this week, you know, after the rough loss earlier in the week to FGCU, it was time for a change, you know, and I started in practice, you know, emphasizing the 50-50 balls, the easy plays, and we went through a lot these past 2 days in preparation for the game. So when we went down, you know, it's a game of runs, so it's always you know, but the fact that we were able to weather the storm just speaks to the development we had this week, and we have to keep going. You know, we held each other accountable this week. We bust our behinds this week, and it showed. And I feel like that's why we were resilient down the stretch when everything looked like it was turning for them and not for us.
You have the reputation as a leader. I wonder how that sort of allows you to get these guys' attention and perhaps drive them to places they didn't think they could go.
Mm-hmm. It's just being an open guy and stressing, like, I believe in each one of these guys on the roster, but sometimes, whether it's experience, whether it's missed shots, sometimes you start getting down on yourself, and it's my job to make sure that doesn't happen. And I feel like just me being able to do that allows them to trust me more, because they know I got their back, good or bad, win or loss, I got your back. And that's what you want from your leader. You want your leader he's the one who always has to be even keel, because the team looks at him in a moment of panic. And I feel like once the team was able to see that I wasn't panicking and I was still talking, didn't budge or anything, that's what allowed us to really come together and be able to finish the game.
What is the key to getting to the line so frequently, both for you and Duchamp?
Just being aggressive and giving what the defense takes us. I think Duchamp has an awesome gift of getting to the line, especially for someone that's 6'7", But for me, just knowing that sometimes you need the easy ones, sometimes you need to slow the game down, sometimes you need to change the game. And, it's a lesson from last year. Sometimes I'll probably say I go into the lane just a little too out of control, whereas this year is more control, and I feel like that's why the refs are giving me the whistle a little bit more.
Probably you would rate the non-conference dissatisfactory. I wonder if you felt like, as a team, fresh start, here we go, A-10 play, let's get it rolling.
For sure. Like I said earlier, you don't forget that. It stings. You hate losing. But at the end of the day, we're here for the A-10. We rep the A-10 in a bad way out of conference, but we got a chance to redeem ourselves in conference. And it started today, and we got to keep going, one game at a time. Conference, that's what's so beautiful about conference basketball. Everyone has a chance each and every night. This conference is loaded with talent, great coaches, so every night you're going to have to go in and give it your all, and that's what we did tonight.
Down 13, 9 minutes left, sort of the mindset there, because obviously you haven't been terribly successful. 13 games up until now. It would have been fairly easy to roll over at that point.
Just fed up with losing, man. We've lost way too many times, and as a team, we feel that we beat ourselves a lot, and it's just being fed up with losing, man. Everything looks wrong, and you could put your head down, you could quit, or you can keep fighting, and that's what we did. And our fight allowed us to stay in the game, and at the end of the game, it gave us a chance to win.
You guys have not shot the ball that well this season. Does this kind of show you a way that you cannot shoot the ball well and still win?
For sure. You cannot shoot the ball well, but in the final 3 minutes, I want to say we had some big time shots. We had a 3 from Colin. We had a 3 from Duchamp. Oh, I'm sorry, not Duchamp. AP. So yeah, you're not hitting the whole game, but in the final 2 minutes, when them shots matter and we make them, that's what really matters. So it's about tough players making tough plays, and we did that down the stretch, despite I believe 27% from 3, but we made the ones that we needed to.